Well, there's no doubt that when you look at the budget crisis that we're in, $16 trillion worth of debt wasn't sustainable, so 17 is just absolutely ridiculous. But what we have to do is we have to look at ways to actually unleash the opportunities of our economy. We have strong opportunities in the energy sector for us to see millions of jobs created here in America. And so we need to quit stopping progress on things like the XL pipeline. We have an opportunity to build that energy economy. Technology and science are two areas that we are actually the champions in the world on those areas. So if we would allow for us to focus on growing our GDP, growing our economy, we find ourselves with a strong opportunity to remain the world's superpower.
Coming from the chief executive, did it surprise you that he would actually go on the record saying that he thought it was basically sustainable and we really didn't have a crisis to deal with?
Well, yeah, I think that when you hear Democrat leaders say that there is no spending problem, that that's not a problem, it all should be surprising to every American. But what we should focus on as well is not only that we have the crisis from a financial standpoint, how do we solve that problem? And I look at my personal journey. I look at the fact that I met an entrepreneur who taught me how to think my way out of poverty, who taught me the importance and the power of being in business and creating jobs. It'd be nice to have some of our friends on the left talk about job creation and the impediments of job creation from a regulatory standpoint and from a tax standpoint. If we did that, we'd see our economy start to grow.
If we continue down this path, do you really see us becoming more like Europe and countries there that are completely bankrupt?
Well, there's no doubt that the debt level that we currently have is unsustainable, number one. Number two, annual deficits only reflect that you're not balancing your budget. Number three, when you have annual deficits, you're having to borrow the money to spend it. All that is absolutely unsustainable, which means that when you look at some of the European nations that have unemployment in the 20s or has a debt crisis like Greece, you find yourself in a strong position to talk about one thing that really leads us out of that abyss, and it's unleashing the opportunities, having an agenda around economic freedom. When we figure out what that looks like and we focus our attention on it, get the public's eye from just the government finding solutions, which most conservatives do not like anyways, and getting us focused back on entrepreneurship, family-owned businesses succeeding, eliminating the regulatory environment, producing a flatter tax system that broadens the base, which allows for people to go to work and take the risk that's necessary to grow our economy. We find ourselves having a real prospect, a real opportunity to continue to lead the world as the world's largest economy.